Hi there guys, and welcome to another Train Sim 2019 video. Today I am taking a look at the TGV Réseau. I have been desperate for a good TGV in Train Simulator for a long time, and this, sadly to say, it doesn't do it. It does, don't get me wrong, that's not completely true. It is visually very pretty. The cab is stunning, absolutely stunning. I'll be really clear with you now. This isn't the first time I've driven it. I've had time to have a good drive over the Christmas period. Really, done a few streams and things where I've used it. I spent a couple of hours with it. It's very nice. I will tell you to look at and to be in. It's very nice. The drive isn't even terrible, but what really one thing that really lets it down is the sounds. They are a big letdown. They seem to just be copied over from the duplex, and I don't think it was lazy. I'm sure it's to do with a timing issue on DTG's behalf. I would have rather seen them keep this, because this was very quick from announced to released, was very quick. And I would have rather have seen them take another, 6 weeks even to get the sounds right in it. It is a disappointment. The other big disappointment with this is its lack of functionality. The inside of the cab is really pretty, and it could be so much better. It's still good, don't get me wrong, it is still good, it's still something I would recommend. But let's get through it and have a look, and I'll tell you what else I like and dislike about it as we get going. This is one of the career scenarios that comes with the pack. We are just heading towards Avignon. Got one stop, and then we're leaving Avignon, heading towards Marseille, and then that'll be it. Cool. Let's get the doors open. And we can have a little look at the exterior. I'm not in any major rush, but we will keep to timetable as best we can. I'll do more of an exterior look as we get going and stuff. Right, okay, we're pretty much set up as far as I'm aware in this scenario. Let's get the brake off, let's get the windscreen wipers, and luckily enough with this weather, we've got variable speed windscreen wipers. We've got TVM on, what we want is KV. Oh, KVB's locked as well. It does have KVB, and it does have TVM, and it also has VACMA. Not that KVB would be used on this section of route, because I think we're all TVM. So 170. Let's get cruise control on. That's done by Y and the C key. It's really weird. Every time you sort of change the controller at all, the power drops out. I'm not sure if that's realistic. Maybe it is. So, the TGV Réseaux, they're built by Alstom between 1992 and 1996. They're based on, but are not the same as, the earlier TGV Atlantique. The Reseau, which means network, entered service in 1993. There were 50 dual voltage train sets were built, and then there was a further 40 triple voltage train sets, and then the last 10 were triple voltage units, and they were for the Thalys service, so the PBA sets. So that's Paris, Brussels, Amsterdam. As well as using French voltage of 25 kilovolt and 1500 DC, which is also used in the Netherlands as well. The triple voltage sets can operate under the Belgian and Italian 3 kilovolt DC systems. So pretty usable. I've got a 300 on the TVM, so we'll get that up. And that was the VACMA you heard in there, which is a bit like DSD. And turn that off because I'll be looking outside the train in this nice, very rainy, atmospheric scenario. Quite like it so far. Of course, it's the AP weather enhancement pack that's installed as well. I don't think this uses any of the fancy scripting stuff because this is just the standard. But of course, the rain effects are different. So each set forms of 2 power cars with 11,800 horsepower under 25 kilovolt. They have 8 coaches giving capacity of 377 seats, a top speed of 300 kilometers an hour. So that's the sort of blurb for the Reseau. I do apologise about some of the tile loading stuff you're seeing. That will be fixed ASAP. Actually, after this video, I will be installing my new hard drive, which will change that. So the model itself, what does it come with? Okay, so we do have things like a combined traction brake, controlled traction and dynamic braking controller. We've got things like cruise control. We've got things like it's a full proper braking, but we do have the simulated air braking, which is quite nice. We've got things like KVB, which I can't turn on. I should have turned on before we left. Things we don't have are things like the master switch working, the disjuncteurs, so the circuit breakers. That French trains are pretty famous for their quite, for me, satisfying setup procedure. And they've really missed a trick with this, not putting that in. Really missed a trick. The cab itself is a beautiful place to be, though. It's very, very nice. Shows you how small TGV cabs of this era really were. So much so that that seat actually tilts forwards, so the driver can get in here. In the circuit breaker box is all the startup procedure as well as the battery isolator and everything in that. That's a big part of setting up a TGV that I would have loved to have seen implemented in this. And I think they've missed a trick when they haven't, really. I really do think they've missed a trick. It's a real shame. So with the pack you get, what is it, 3 liveries? So you get the original Reseau livery, which is the older SNCF logo, which I do prefer than the snail one. You get the Carmelian livery that we have here. And then you get the Reseau duplex with the snail SNCF badge like this one here. So the SNCF duplex, the SNCF duplex, what a silly way to say it. The Reseau duplex was a really good addition in my eyes. So what that is that's the same Reseau power cars but with the duplex coaches, which I think was something DTG didn't need to do and they have done, which is really nice. I bring you to another one of my issues. Pantograph height. So I don't know how this has ended up this way, but I do hope DTG do fix it. I mean, you can change the pantograph height in here, but we're on LGV, which is what we should be on now. Let's stick it to classic and see if it's made any difference. Nope, I don't know if the height actually changes. No. Probably does if I go through the sequence properly, but I doubt it'll change while I'm pulling power, to be fair. Let's try taking power off and changing. Put on classic. Should be much lower. No. Okay. So yes, there's that. But to drive, it's quite nice. I mean, as you see, I've got cruise control set at the minute, so speed set is on, and on the new route, it's 300 odd kilometres. It's a really long route, so having the speed set is very, very helpful. It does mean that some people might find it a bit boring to drive. I don't. I quite like the whole 300. Really struggling with toll and stuff. I really like the 300 kilometres an hour high speed running. I find it quite relaxing. And one bit I find not that relaxing about this loco again is the sounds. I have to come back to them. Also, you notice if you look at my amps, as soon as I touch the power controller, no amps are pulled whatsoever. Now, I'm not sure if that's realistic. If you guys know, do let me know. I personally find it a bit odd, but it might be one of those quirks that TGVs have. Because let's be honest, a lot of the French stuff is quite quirky. I always think of French train builders are a bit like, it's a bit like French car builders. They've got this sort of just way of making things incredibly cool looking. and slightly over the top. And I love it. I really, really love it. It's really quite atmospheric though with this rain on and this route. Most of the time we all drive this route in the blistering sun, don't we? So it's quite nice to have it in a rainy sort of environment. It does have a passenger view. Again, the sound's a pony, and it isn't the best. Let's be honest. I would go as far as this is a bit lazy in here. Considering how good the cab is. It's a bit lazy. It doesn't give you masses of sort of driving satisfaction if you're looking for something very in-depth and detailed or stop-starty. It's not really your kind of thing, but if you want something to sit back and sort of chill and drive or something just a bit different, it's really nice. And the routes, the new route, bit of the route's spectacular. I'll cover that in another video. But the cab itself, yeah, brilliant place to be. Puts a smile on my face. One thing I really like, especially I didn't notice until this scenario, was the difference in the windscreen wipers. I think it's really cool. And they could have not made that windscreen wiper come on at all, and they have, which I really like. And even from the outside, you'll see there's different patterns as well, which is quite nice. It's a shame there's no rain on the exterior of the windows, because that was something that was available to them. Bad horn, isn't it? What's that going to change to now? Just a heads up regarding the TVM 430, a lot of you I saw were like, oh, this will go really well on the Atlantic high speed route as well. It won't, unfortunately. Well, it will, you can run it on there, but you won't get the TVM. I do find the handle really slow as well. Braking wise, it is very much like the duplex really, so what you want to be doing is into hold and then just let it into apply for how much brake you want put on, and then into release. So you can't leave it. If you leave it just in on, it will put you into emergency, or if you push your brake key too far, it will put it into emergency. So you're just tapping that brake on and off. You're not holding the brake keys down. when we get to the station, I'll put KVB back on and stuff. Not that it'll make much difference on the high-speed section of the line. Gets a bit mesmerising doing 300 kilometres an hour, doesn't it? And if you used to drive the duplex on this section, it actually feels, even just that 20 kilometres an hour feels a bit slow. I do again really apologise about the toll lane start. This video will be the last video recorded on the old hard drive, and then tonight's stream will be the last stream of that, and then it will all be redone for next Sunday. It's just a very good looking train. Not my favourite livery from, but not a bad livery either, really, let's be honest. White liveries are sort of the in thing at the minute, aren't they? I think there is already a TARDIS reskin out there for this. I'm sure I saw, there's one in development. I saw it on my group the other day. It's going to go down to 200, no 230. And 170. Oh, see, there you go. I did it myself. Went into emergency. It's very easily done. Very easily done. Let's put it up into the station properly. I was trying to do it without looking at the handle. I still haven't mastered it yet. So practice makes perfect with a brake. There we go, that's the doors open. Let's get TVM on. Why is it saying disabled? I want it enabled. Not that it'll make any difference. Well, we will to the other end of the route, I suppose. Does look nice though, doesn't it? That does look nice. Can't complain at that. It's a real shame I've just seen that bar car that there isn't a secondary passenger view. That would have been quite nice. Always really liked the sort of upper windows on TGV bar cars. There was something just a bit weird about them, just a bit... I suppose all buffet cars have that slightly smaller window, and I quite like that, and the French just sort of did that little bit more. It shows you how low they are, really. I love these Tron tunnels, as I call them. Ooh. Wasn't expecting this. quite weird when you get like a run on this that isn't just straight. It's quite odd. I have to really concentrate. There's a duplex just passing us there. Did I miss my pantograph changeover? I think I might have done. It was in that tunnel. Oh no, it might be here. Yeah. This is where I'm sort of going to be reliant on French signalling that I know nothing about really. When we get the KVB thing up, so that can keep me speed-wise alright. I'm just getting dot 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 dot. Oh, it's less equal to 160, so I can do 160 kilometers an hour. But it says 140 down there, so let's just do 140 then. Oh, I'm a bit nervous. Never know how I'm going to get on with this. We'll definitely end up with an emergency brake by the end of this, won't we? Just, see, the French stuff makes me want to drive more French stuff, always. I never drive something like from Relsim.fr or anything. Oh, that's the emergency brake application. I was too fast. I love the way it says FU. Love that. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I was obviously pretty sure I was going too fast. I don't even know if a single yellow with that means stop or what. That could quite clearly mean stop. Alright, the little B. No, I've still got an emergency brake. What did that mean? I just don't know. I don't have the French signalling stuff here anyway. Right, let's try and get this into the station, considering we are like a kilometre away. Turned it off. Yeah, we're looking good in. That's fine. I think we're good. No, that's gone to yellow. Whatever that means. I will go back and look through the signalling for this end of the route. I'll be honest with you, I didn't think it was going to be... I underestimated DTG. That's what I did there. I thought with any of their career scenarios it would be pretty plain sailing. Well, actually, I've really enjoyed that scenario. I'm going to do it again when I know how to do it properly. And get those signalling stuff done. And work out how to use KVB properly and all of that. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making it, if I'm honest with you. It's been, yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. See, it has got its uses, this thing. I've just gone into emergency, that's not good. It has definitely got its uses. And you will be getting to see some more content from me, and probably some more French content at some point as well, because I do quite like it. Alright then guys, please feel free to like, share and subscribe. Head over to the Facebook, link is in the description below. Head over to Twitch on a Sunday from 7 PM and a Wednesday from 7 PM for a little bit more of an adult themed chat about trains. Also keep your eyes peeled for Alan Thomson sim.co.uk, that will be launching very, very soon. More about that in the next video though. Once again guys, take care of yourselves, I'll catch you soon. Bye bye.